Hi everybody, Jake the Spirit Man here. Today we're going to be talking about Scotch whiskey, and we're actually talking about a blend Scotch whiskey, and that is Dimple. Dimple is a blended Scotch whiskey. This one here is a 12-year-old. So when we talk about a 12-year-old blended Scotch whiskey, that means that the youngest bottle put in this blend can be no younger than 12 years old. So that doesn't mean that every bottle that's put in here is 12 years old. There could be bottles put in here that are 15, 18 years old to give it a little bit more complexity, but there can be nothing younger than 12 years old. Now, what we want to talk about also with Scotch whiskey is blend and single malts. Now, there's a ton of people out there that say, oh, if you're going to drink Scotch, you can only drink a single malt. But you go back not too many years, we're probably going back a few decades now, it'd be the other way around. People said, oh, don't drink single malts. Single malts are not complex enough. They don't have enough variety like a blend does. And back then, funny thing enough, is a single malt was considered inferior to a blend. Now it seems to be the other way around. I don't think you can compare the two because they're different alcohols in a lot of ways. It's like comparing rye whiskey to bourbon. Yes, they're kind of both whiskeys, but they're not the same product. So Dimple here is one of the oldest distilleries for Scotch. It might even be the oldest. It started in 1724, and so that means it's been going around for a long time. That's, quite a few years now. They do claim that it could be the oldest Scotch whiskey out there, but I'm not going to take a claim to that because I'm not 100% sure, but they're claiming it could be the oldest distillery for Scotch whiskey. Anyways, for the blend, this Dimple is, this bottle itself didn't come out till 1894, and that's where this sexy bottle came from. So if you're going to put a bottle in your liquor cabinet or take to a party or just drink a bottle, the sex appeal is here. Look at that. I mean, for your price points of a bottle especially, that is a sexy bottle. Dimple, hence the dimples. That's how it got its name for that. And one of the other things I must say about this bottle is I have drank this bottle before, so I'm giving a review right now, but giving a review being a bit with the know-how ahead of time, I know what it tastes like. But I'm still going to drink a little bit here with you guys. So let's open this bottle up. But remember now, I love both blended whiskeys and I love a single malt whiskey. And to be called a Scotch whiskey or a blended Scotch whiskey, it has to come from Scotland. Hence, if you can listen to in the background, there's a bit of drum. I think that's me celebrating opening this bottle. Okay. Now this bottle, compared to a lot of other relatively inexpensive blended whiskeys, this one is very smooth. It has a nice citrus flavor to it. Has a citrus smell to it. Very light on the oak and peat. If you want a bit more oak and peat on a blended whiskey of Scotch whiskey, they do make a 15-year-old blend, which I actually do prefer a little bit more because I like that little bit more peaty flavor and I like a little bit more of the oak in there. And it will give you that out of the 15-year-old bottle. And the 15-year-old bottle is not a lot more expensive, so depends on what you want. This one here I'd highly recommend for especially cocktails, highballs, or if you're not into a really powerful Scotch. So that's important to know. So let's pour a little bit. And before I forget, don't forget, keep me going in this show. You gotta give me the thumbs up. You gotta subscribe is a big one. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. Just click the subscribe button. And if you want notifications when I'm bringing out new videos and you want to give me some feedback, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and give me give me feedback. Let me know what you want to see and what you want to see in the new future of Jake the Spirit Man. And stick around to the end of the video for some interesting facts about this bottle, Dimple, and my words of wisdom. All right, let's try this out, see how it tastes. It smells very delightful. I think this is, you know, especially like I've drank some $500,000 bottles of Scotch, and you know, for the price point this costs, I'm in Australia. It's a relative inexpensive bottle in Australia, and we're overly priced for spirits. But for what you can get for your bang for your buck, you can buy a bottle that probably costs 3 times as much as this, and it would be probably the same quality. So you can taste, it's very smooth, let's just put it that way. Incredibly smooth. For a nice good gulp like that, zero burn, incredibly smooth. But you got the bit of the citrus coming through. It's a bit sweet. It's definitely got a bit of sweetness to it, which I don't think is a bad thing, especially for a blend. You've got a light bit of oak, very, very light. It's very mild. If you didn't know what oak tastes like, you might let that slide past you. And for the peatiness, very, very mild. But for a drop, if you're just trying to get into scotches and blends, and you want to be able to, you know, say, oh, I can drink a nice scotch, try this bottle out. I can't say a bad word really about it, especially for the cost, and it's been around for so long. And can't also go past the sex appeal of the bottle. I love this bottle. I think it's a very thing. And it also comes in a box, but everybody knows it's not the box that counts, it's what's inside the box. And don't take anything dirty about that. I'm just talking about a box and what comes in the box. So, but I personally, I've said this multiple times, and I'm going to say it for many, many more times. When you can drink something neat like this at room temperature and you can enjoy it, that means you're drinking a good product. And I could drink that all day long. It is very mild in flavors for a Scotch. So if you're wanting, you know, to really get into the Scotch life, maybe dabble into a single malt. And I'll give you some reviews in the short future of a great single malts to try out, especially if you've never tried single malts, because single malts can be so, somebody can say, oh, try this one, try that one. And, you know, different palates have different things. So I can give you one that's kind of in between everything and still is an amazing single malt. But for a blend, and especially for the price point of this one, get this bottle, put it in your liquor cabinet, take it to a party. It's going to look a little bit different than the generic bottle that everybody brings, and it's going to cost the same. Even if you go for the 15-year-old bottle, the 15-year-old bottle hardly costs any more. It is a little bit different though, so not to say that I recommend one more than the other, but they do taste different. So some people might like the 12-year-old compared to the 15-year-old. Because the 15-year-old, you got to realize the youngest bottle in there is going to be 15-year-old, and it's going to go up to 18, maybe 20-year-old bottles in there. So it's going to have a bit more diversity, a bit more flavor to it, and a bit more peat to it. So, yeah, I knew when coming into this review, I already liked this product, so it's not a blind review. I support it. I think it's a great product. I think, you know, I'd buy it. I actually have bought it multiple times, so I can't say first time drinking it. So today we're going to now jump into some words of wisdom of myself. And my words of wisdom today are, you know, about playing to win. So a lot of people in their lives, including myself, have went out and achieved something or done something that they really went for in their life. And they went and got, you know, something amazing. It could be in a sports game. It could be asking somebody out on a date, as simple as that, or marrying somebody, or starting up a business. Multiple things I could go on and on. But then somehow it's all been taken away from you, been taken down. And now when that's been taken down, we've all picked ourselves back up. We're back in the game again, but we're not playing to win anymore. We're playing not to lose. And when you're doing that, you're not playing to succeed in life. You're just playing not to lose. So the moral of the story really is of this, and I'm one of those people. I was playing not to lose for quite a while. Now I'm playing to win again. So to play to win again, you've got to take some risks. You got to get back to that place where you were before, where you're playing to win. So take some challenges on. Put yourself in a place you don't want to be necessarily. Take a bit of fear on. Take a bit of a challenge. I guess one way to say it is, I'm challenging you all right now. After this video is over, go and do something that might make you feel uncomfortable. Make yourself be more successful by doing something you know you have to do, and it might fail, it might not succeed, you might fall on your ass and make you have that pain of before. But now you're playing to win again, and that's what I think everybody's got to do, is got to get back on the horse and play to win, not just play not to lose. So those are my words of wisdom, and I told you at the end of the video I was going to tell you some kind of interesting facts about bottle Dimple here. And this bottle came out in 1894. And back in 1894, this bottle was commonly used as a piggy bank because of the kind of sex appeal of the bottle and everything like that. So a lot of people were putting their 3 and 6 pence in this bottle and using it as a piggy bank. And it was used into the early 1900s. It was a very common bottle, so people collected them for their piggy banks, for putting their 3 and 6 pence coins in to collect them. But again, don't forget to give me the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and please give me feedback. See what you want to see what you want to hear. I need to know. And if you're going to drink a nice bottle of Scotch, it can be single malt or it can be a blend, but put on some beautiful Scottish music. Maybe do a little jig in your backyard. I can't do a Scottish accent, so I can just give you a bit of a jig. Thanks guys, keep your stick on the ice.